Welcome everybody to The Beat. 12th Man Productions will bring you this program throughout the spring, and when it comes to the Texas A&M Aggies, we have every angle covered. We tip off this first edition with men's basketball. SEC play is underway. An open gym takes you inside the last two contests, Wednesday here at Reed Arena and Saturday on the road at LSU.
We had a good week of practice. We had a good day today. Scotted well from Mississippi State, and we're just building off that.
They're playing a lot of young guys. The kid that's always been our thorn on our side has been Gavin Ware. So we'll be prepared for him. And Craig Swords, another kid that's been a guy that has proven that he can play in this league and do good things. This game's really about us and us continually getting better and executing better on the offensive end because we've done a pretty good job defensively.
We need everyone counts, so we're playing towards March and trying to build our resume and keep getting each win.
I expect us to play hard and I expect us to play well.
It ain't about them, it's about us. If we're gonna go to the tournament, no more home games, you gotta win some on the road.
Their strength is the dog they got hard they're gonna play. Don't let them punk you. They're gonna try to punk you now. Hold up. Hold up and fight. Let's go. Blow up, baby, blow up. Let's go.
Come on, guys. We gotta get a win, man. That's what it comes down to. We gotta get a win. Whatever it takes, bro. That's what we gotta do.
Jamar right now, man. Good warm up, man. Get ready, get ready.
Team on three. 1, 2, 3, team!
Need to see, Mike, the same kind of intensity in this game that we saw the entire game against Kentucky.
Absolutely. Total effort is what's going to be required every time out.
Caruso goes all the way in. A layup good, and he's fouled. From the corner, Jordan shoots a three, and he makes it. The alley-oop right there, and Caruso slammed it with authority. 3-point Aggie lead. Thomas starts to drive, going to shoot a three, made it. Buzzer sounds, they will go to the locker room with a 1-point advantage.
We're gonna show them how we play. Come on, guys. Gotta have it, man. Gotta have everybody locked in for 20 minutes. We gotta fight. Win on three. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
We talked about it here right before the start of the half that A&M needs to come out and be the aggressors. Well, it's quite the opposite right now. Mississippi State is very much more aggressive offensively and defensively.
Green's coming down, bounce pass goes to Caruso. We slam it. Maybe there's some life there on that one. Green down on the low post to Jones. Jones up good, and he gets an and one. He is fouled, and he goes to the line to shoot one. A&M starts the second half by outscoring Mississippi State 9-2. He's open for a three. Nailed it. It's 43-33. Got ourselves a 10-point lead now. Reddy chasing Caruso off the floor. 10-point lead cut to 6. Here's House backing up. He got 4. And he just shot one from goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that one to go. He was halfway between the top of the key and the midcourt stripe. Faded back and hit it. Comes into Caruso, and they call a foul as the buzzer goes off, and that's the ball game, and we won it. Didn't come easy by any stretch of the imagination.
Feels great. Even if it wasn't the prettiest or the most dominating win, it feels great. Wins are wins, and it's good for the young guys and the new guys to feel the taste of victory.
It's a good win. It's SEC play. Both teams are fighting for their first win. Good win. Team 1, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Team.
The Beat is presented by AT&T, building you a better network. Aggies had struggled on the road for quite some time, but they took some momentum with them to Baton Rouge, coming off their first SEC win of the season.
It's a fight game. We gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep punching. 40 minutes.
Learn from that first road game we had, man. Learn from that first road game. Take the energy we have from home. Let's just play, man. Let's just play and get after it.
Let's go. Let's go. They don't change. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate. Go.
We have not played our best game, okay? It's time to step up, all right? There's no excuses, all right? Great opportunity right here, 11 o'clock, ESPN2. It's about us. I've heard that all day. You know it's about us. You got to trust each other. Trust what we're running. We'll raise it up. Let's go get it done. Come on, man. Let's go. Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together.
LSU coming in 9-0 at home, winners of 16 of their last 17 here at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center. They're in their home whites, but it's A&M in the maroon road uniforms that control the opening tip. Gets his own miss, and the follow putback for Courtney Robertson to open the score. Nice feed, House on the left side. 5 quick points by Daniel House, the junior transfer from Houston, and it's an early 7-2 A&M lead. Jordan Mickey has 6, Terrell Martin has 8. LSU is up by 7. And Caruso nails the open 3. 5 points early for Alex Caruso, averaging just under 9 a game coming in. Here's House. Taking it strong, that's what Billy Kennedy wants.
Texas A&M, you want to be careful that you keep this thing 2 or 3 possessions. Don't let LSU get on a run and extend a double-digit halftime lead.
Now the M&M boys, Martin and Mickey, back on the floor together. Here's House, taking it right to him and had it taken away. 5 3-pointers for the LSU Tigers by 4 different players. Good pass from Robinson to number 12, Jaylen Jones, who has 7 points. 5 left. Patterson, Hornsby, knocked it down as time runs out. Keith Hornsby sent the game in Missouri to overtime with a 3-pointer just like that. This time, he gets his first 3 of the afternoon to close out the first half. The Texas A&M Aggies have played about as well as they've played all season in SEC contests, but they still find themselves down 8 to the LSU Tigers, who rarely lose at home. Got a 1-possession ball game. LSU only up by 2 with 5 minutes to go on their home floor. There's Robinson, sneaks in for his 6th point of the afternoon. Here's House for 3. 12 points for Daniel House, and we have a 1-point game, 4:20 to go.
Texas A&M starting to find their identity a little bit. Daniel House and Jaylen Jones in the second half.
Left. The last A&M lead was at 9-7 in the first half. Here's House, step back. Yes! A&M leads by 1.
You won this game 2 days ago. Sure, okay? Yep. In practice. All right, practice was good 2 days ago. We prepared the right way, all right? No attitudes, no issues, all right? It's gonna be somebody different every day, okay? We got a good team. That's the mark of a good team. Okay. So together on 3, 1, 2, 3. Together!
The Aggies had lost 10 consecutive true road games before the trip to Baton Rouge to take on LSU, but they defeated a Tiger team on Saturday that, according to the latest bracketology on ESPN.com, is in the NCAA tournament. Jaylen Jones had 18 points and 9 rebounds against the Tigers. We sit down with the transfer when the Beat returns. This segment of The Beat is brought to you by Bud Light, the perfect beer when you're up for whatever. Jaylen Jones, the dunk. Jaylen Jones, jumper.
Oh, goodness. Inside, another dunk.
Hottest player on the floor, 24 points. Jaylen Jones acquitting himself quite nicely in his first season at Texas A&M. He and the Aggies coming off that big week, wins over Mississippi State and LSU. And Jaylen, those 2 games last week, you actually returned to the lineup. You missed the first couple of SEC contests against Alabama and the home game against #1 Kentucky. Was it difficult to sit that one out?
It was really tough. You know, I was hurting deep inside that I just know that I couldn't go out there and help my team compete, you know, against 2 great SEC teams. And all I could do was support from the sideline as much as I could, bring my leadership from the sideline, and I feel like I did that.
Your college career, it started at SMU, and you made the decision to transfer. Is that a difficult thing to do, say goodbye to one program before moving on to the next one?
Yeah, it was very tough to be the hometown kid. You know, a lot of people know me in the Dallas area because I won a state championship at Dallas Kimball, and I played 2 great years at, you know, SMU, and it was tough to leave all my friends, and I mean, that's where I started from. You know, it hurt, you know, but in life you got to make tough decisions, and you know, that was one of the tough decisions that I had to make, and I feel like A&M is working out very well right now.
And now moving is not that difficult on you because basically your entire life growing up, you were all over the place, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was an Army brat growing up. My dad spent 20-something years in the Army, and you know, so I moved to place a lot. But you know, it's just the things that you got to overcome. You know, moving from place to place. You know, so moving from SMU to Texas A&M was tough, but I got over it quick.
One of the things we hear often is that there's a lot of chemistry on this team, despite a lot of new faces, a mix of newcomers and returnees. How have you guys built that chemistry in really not that large amount of time?
It started in the summer. We grinded really hard in the summer. We had a lot of tough workouts with Coach Darby, and it just really pushed us, you know, mentally and physically. When somebody was down, one of us would pick them up, and I mean, it started right there. And then Coach Kenny does a great job in practice of, you know, not letting us go against each other even when things are not going our way. You know, we just know we have to stick together in order for us to be successful.
A&M has been absent from the NCAA tournament or NIT for 3 straight seasons. This comes after a run of 6 straight being in the postseason. Is this perhaps the year to return to the dance?
Hey, I mean, we're going to keep fighting, you know, and we know if we keep fighting and keep pushing and get better and better each and every day in practice and play like the way we're capable of playing in the games, you know, the NCAA tournament should not be a problem for us.
Ultimately, looking back, you always want to know, did you make the right decision? You're only halfway through your first season at Texas A&M, but does it certainly feel like you did?
Yeah, I feel like I made a great decision. You know, this is a great place, great environment to be around, and I just love the people around here.
Welcome back to The Beat. Plenty of action on campus last weekend. Friday, men's swimming and diving, they defeated SMU at the Student Rec Center and Auditorium. And on Saturday, track and field hosted their Texas A&M Team Invitational. The men were first, the women were second. We dive in right now.
1, 2, 3, fire.
This is a pretty competitive meet. This was our first one to just start getting things together. We didn't run some people today, and we didn't double up a lot of people. So we're doing that for a reason, to try to get some things figured out. Devin Jenkins, I think, did a very good job today for his first meet with us. Braylon Taplin looked really good. Kamari is always solid. You know, just across the board, I was pretty pleased with everything.
The first meet, no one expects to come out and just blaze. You know, you have to get your feet under you, like you said. But just to come out and just run the way we did today, we're going to progress even more. Last year, I think I didn't even get to this until like later in the season. And just to open up with that in the 6th seed, I'm just very happy with it.
Great meet. Guys stepped up really big. We challenged them a lot at the beginning of the week that this would be a meet that they needed to step up and get it done, and they did a great job tonight.
Individually, I was really happy with how I swam. The relay, we got off to a fast start, and I was the best time off the relay at the end. So as we start coming into the faster meets, I'm hoping it gets better.
Track and field, they have 2 more weekends at home before heading to the SEC Championships in Lexington, Kentucky in late February. Women's basketball, they hosted an Ole Miss team that was coming off of a win over a ranked Georgia squad on Sunday. But Gary Blair's Aggies, not that kind to their guests in recent games. They were looking for their 13th consecutive win on their home floor.
This is as quick and as athletic and as physical team as we played this year. This is a good team. This is going to be hard, and that should excite you.
Here we go. It's time for tip-off. Fowleroo for Ole Miss. A cheery a day for Texas A&M. It's a block by Scott. Day from Williams. Day puts it up. Williams has got it, and Williams hits it. Terry streaks down the floor, gets a bounce pass, puts it off the glass and in, and the Aggies have a 2-point lead. Going back the other way, it's Walker who's got it off the steal. A foul and one made the bucket, and Courtney Walker goes to the line for A&M. Day gets it back, now puts it off the glass and good. Courtney Williams puts it up and in. Like that, 21 points for Williams. The Aggies have won it by 9 points by a final score of 58-49.
We thank you all for joining us on this first edition of The Beat here from Reed Arena. A reminder, we're with you all spring long covering Texas A&M athletics. But for this edition, we're out of time. So long, everybody.